Hey everyone, I'm Silent Core, here with your latest Destiny tips, tricks and information. If you're enjoying the content, go ahead and click that like button and also subscribe for more daily content. As I mentioned in my last video, I've been going through every single article written about people getting hands-on on Destiny and seeing what journalists have to say about it and seeing what facts I can find. And one of the articles I found actually had a really interesting bit of information I thought would make a really interesting whole video and start a bit of a discussion in the comments. In the background of this video I'm going to have some action-packed Destiny gameplay. This was from a strike that took place in the Devil's Lair. I'll be discussing this in a lot more detail in a future video. So the article I'm talking about is the one in The Guardian. I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to read the full thing, but I'm going to be showing you guys a quote in just a second. Towards the end of the article, it started talking about the community and the kind of social aspect of Destiny and how important it was, and inside of here was actually a really interesting fact. Now I quote, "Leveling up each character to max only takes a few hours. Bungie doesn't want you to start the game and then realise you have weeks of grind to put in before you can play against your friends on a higher level." Now this is something that really surprised me, especially with Destiny being such a long-term project. I was expecting to be able to play for months and still not reach the max level. I was expecting a hell of a lot of grind to be able to get to those higher levels and doing all the missions and sort of side missions and having to take part in as much as possible to be able to get that higher level. So to read that we can completely max our character in just a few hours is very surprising. Now the fact that it says only a few hours, that could be open to speculation in the fact that we don't really know how many hours that is. It could be 10, it could be 20, or it could be 2, we don't really know. The quote goes on from here, it says, "You level cap quickly, but once you're there the game is more about equipping the gear that lets you go deeper into the game. There's more strikes, raids, and higher levels of PvP if you equip better weapons and armour." So it looks like maxing your character is only really just the start of Destiny. I was expecting that to be one of the kind of end pieces, is maxing your character, but it looks like the actual whole point of it is going to be getting all these items and weapons and higher level weapons and upgrade these weapons even higher, rather than just being based on the level of your character. Now after reading this, it kind of got me thinking. The first thing would be, if you're having multiple characters, this might be a huge advantage. So if you've got multiple characters and you want to max them out, that would only take you a few days, meaning that you could save up any higher level armors you retrieve. Since there are 3 different classes and they're going to have class specific armors, if you're say playing a hunter and you find a really high level Titan gear, you can say keep that and give it to your Titan. So this kind of leveling system could really encourage you having multiple characters. I guess the reason why this surprised me so much is just the fact that Destiny was described to have MMO elements, and typically MMOs are really games that you put a lot of time into it, a lot of grind, and sometimes MMO games, that grind is all about the journey. You know, sometimes the best part about an MMO is just getting there to your kind of end goal. I know with my main account on RuneScape I put well over 300 days of time into that. You know, that's over a year of my life I spent grinding that game. So it's really interesting how Bungie's flipping that on its head and saying there's no grind, we're going to take you straight to the highest level, and it's all about finding those armour and weapons and upgrading those. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Were you expecting a big grind on Destiny to be able to get to the highest levels, or are you quite looking forward to being able to quickly do that and then get straight into PvP if that's what you're looking for? As always, please take 1 second to follow me on Twitter. I'll put all my social media links in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching and have yourself a great day.